Hey everyone, today we got the round 20 review for SuperCoach. So effectively it was a disaster class of the round. 2,174, top 36% for the round. Which, you compare that to last round, top 1%. Look at the dichotomy between them. Is stark. 61,375 for the round in rank. And yeah, 20k overall we slipped back to. So, not having a Stephen Cornelia replacement in the forward line was very catastrophic, obviously. Hit the score extremely. I was out at that point during the day. What was it? It was like a 1:45 game. I didn't have time to check the teams. So, there was nothing really I could do. Didn't know it was sore or whatever. So, I mean, you just got to cop that one. And yeah, basically any chance that I've got of finishing top 10k, if it was like a door, this metaphorical door would be like shut right in my face, and I just have guys like Liam Baker, Jack Crisp, and Jaden Short all just like staring and laughing at me for picking them. It's like, well, why'd you do that? But yeah, anyway, we'll get into the team. So with the defenders, George Hewitt out for a second week. Oh, that was agony to look at that. Jack Sinclair did play well though, 102. Was good to see him from that. Sam Doherty nearly put up a triple-double, 32 touches, 10 marks and 8 clangers. So second week in a row where those clangers have just absolutely killed his score. So can he like fix up this ball movement or his kicking or whatever? Like, come on now. I need an extra 30 on that. Aaron Hall was out with health and safety protocols this week. And I can tell you, the only thing more sick than him this week was me when I saw the teams. Oh my gosh. If you look at his scores, so I traded him in round 16. So I've had him for round 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That's 5 weeks. So he hasn't played for 3 of those games. But hypothetically, say if he's got the 18 and the 119 combined is 137. If you average those out, he's giving me about 27 points a week. Someone I paid 500k for is giving me 27 points a week. And like, yeah, a lot of those breaks have been like 1 or 2 weeks. So there hasn't really been like an overwhelming need to trade him until probably this week. If he doesn't play this week, I'm going to trade him. But he should, because it was only health and safety protocols. So hopefully he scores well for the remaining 3 rounds. But he's cost me a lot in these other games as he's been out. And then, as I said before, Short, Chris, Baker have killed me once again. All below 100 average. Well, Chris and Short. Baker was never even going to be close. He's below 400k now. So, like, I don't even know what's up with that. But at least Buku Kama, 77, he's putting in work. He's playing really well. He's just about cemented himself in that Bulldogs 22 with how well he's playing, I'd say. At least for the rest of the season, definitely. Should not get dropped into at least finals. So yeah, good to see from him. Overall defenders, not that good, if we're being honest. 100 from Jack Sinclair, who's like the top defender now. But yeah, has been good from him. Everyone else, pretty poor. With the midfield though, Rory led Touk Miller. You know the expression, another day, another dollar. Well, you got the another week, another Rory and Touk masterclass. Jeez, they put an absolute great performance, each of them in their respective games. Rory, 146 3-round average, Touk 140. Just sensational to watch every single week. And yeah, we had the vice captaincy on Rory Led, which we took, of course. And we had the captaincy on Touk Miller. So yeah, he would have been the fullback. So yeah, good to see great captaincy scores from them, and can't really say anything bad about them, to be honest. Only a great appraisal I've got for each of them. Clayton Oliver got tagged by James H, who has been doing that well the past few weeks. So 85, you can't be too harsh on that when you get tagged. Obviously, the last 2 weeks haven't been too great coming back from injury, but hopefully he should score well this week against Collingwood, but we'll see what happens. Jack Steele, 107. Felt like he might have been a touch underscored, maybe about a 115, 120, but not too big a difference in the end against Hawthorn, but it's alright. Lachie Neale, he seemed like he had a good first half, definitely slowed down when Richmond made their big comeback. So, I mean, I guess what you expect as Brisbane faded out the game and Richmond players took the majority of points. Not Short and Crit and Baker, but the other players. But yeah, 110 is alright, I guess. And then Walsh and Cripps, 81 touches between them. I mean, Cripps, you're definitely happy with the score, 146. But Walsh, it's like, oh my gosh, 113 for 40 touches? It's like when people said, like, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, Tom Mitchell, how he was getting, like, all this disposals and all of them were little cheap handballs. That's kind of what Sam Walsh was doing, to be honest. It's like you got to have better effective ball use. He still had 25 of his 40 were effective disposals, but didn't really have that much impact. It's not really that he had a lot of clangers. I think he maybe had 5 or 6, but it's just that his disposals have very limited effect. and that's why he's not scoring that much. Only a 113 average, also, has got to be said. You thought that would have been higher. He scored, 118 average last year. It's not getting really anywhere close to that. And then, McRae, 82. What can you do as well? He hasn't been scoring that well recently. Owens, 67. Was good to see him. Got in for a late change. Played all right. And Carmichael, 47, came on as a sub. Should actually get a real game, hopefully this week. But we'll see. If we could have subbed him forward, as I said, but I didn't have the opportunity to check teams for Cornelia, so I didn't know to do that. This week I was put him in for Clark if a forward's out or whatever. But he's just the cover between midfield and forward. So anyway, that's the midfield. It's been alright from them. Basically the same guys playing well every week, and the same guys underperforming just about. So, not too much to say there. With the rucks at least, Jared Witts, I am slowly losing my ish with him. 85. 3-round average of 83. Again, I traded him in, when did I trade him in? After this Bulldogs game. And since then, he's averaged very poorly for what I traded him in for. Was it 616k? And now he's over 100k below that, 492. So, just how my tradings have gone this season. Trading ins, not well. Darcy Cameron at least did score pretty well, 113. Can't complain with that. Even though Mason Cox is still taking not necessarily the brunt of the ruck work, Darcy Cameron probably ended up being more than him. But Mason Cox still taking quite a lot. But at least he scored well, so you can't really be too harsh on him there. Forwards though, Bont, 98, is alright, coming off those 2 great scores. Cut him a bit of slack there. Tim English in that same game got double teamed by Segler and Blasavs, so I guess it was always going to be a bit of a hard task for him there. Dunkley did some good things though, 130, good to see. Maybe just scored a touch generously, but not complaining. Cogs, as I said, in typical GWS fashion, was a late change. Out with soreness, but not much you can do at this point. Heaney, 104. He's nearly got that average back up to 100. So, if he can do that, get 100 average out of him for basically what I paid. It'll be a lot less for me, given I traded him in at this Hawthorn game. So, he's probably going to average like 90-something for me. But, if he can get that up for him personally, I'm not sure he's ever averaged 100 before. So, for him personally, that would be a good result. And, he played well this week. And Jai Cully, 26. Both did the duo of getting suspended and doing his hamstring. So he's probably not going to play again this year, I would imagine. 2-game suspension. So that would leave him available for the last round. But probably will still be injured. But probably going to be sitting on the pine of my team for the rest of the season with these 2 other guys who didn't play. So we're probably going to have to do some type of trade there. In regards to this week's trades though, I said I was going to trade Owens last week, but when that Aaron Hall news came out that he was out, and I thought George Hewitt would be named, but he was also out again, for some reason it's just computed with me that I shouldn't. But we're going to actually trade him out this week, along with George Hewitt, because he sounds like he's going to be out again. So that's 3 weeks in a row. And from this point, it's a third of the season if he misses this week, so you just got to trade him. And we're just going to we're going to sub Cully into the midfield. We're going to sub Baker forward. And we're going to trade in Callum Dawson, who played pretty alright, I would say, for his first game. And defender premium, Tom Stewart. We're getting him back in. So, 45k in the bank. 1 trade left, if anything happens. Tom Stewart, 112 back this week from a suspension. 115 average has been going great. I said Jack Sinclair was a D1. Tom Stewart might be. Overall points is Jack Sinclair, I'm pretty sure. But otherwise, Tom Stewart on average for defenders. And then, so he'll go onto the field pretty clearly. And otherwise, this should be how we set up for the week. And in regards to captaincy, Laird and Miller, you got to ride that hot hand while they have it. So last week we did, as I said, Rory Laird into Touk Miller. This week, given the games, Hawthorn v Gold Coast is a pretty good matchup, I would say. And West Coast v Adelaide. Which, when Rory Laird played Adelaide, I think it was only like 6-7 weeks ago, put up a 136. And Touk Miller played Hawthorn pretty recently as well. 109, actually that's not the best. But that's why we're going the VC on him. Captaincy, Rory Laird. and we can loop whoever we need, Joe Cully, in our last game as well. So that should pretty much be the team heading into round 21. Again, 3 rounds left, not long to go. One trade. We do have some cover now, so we got 2 defenders for cover. We got Josh Carmichael in the midfield, and no one else basically. Which in that case, that's why I'm still hesitant about trading Mitch Owens, because obviously he just played. So it might be Cully instead of Owens, given I can still do the trade with the money. But yeah, that's basically would be the only reason. And yeah, Owens is still going to play, and I can put him on for a midfielder, and I can sub Carmichael forward. So yeah, it's probably going to be Cully or Owens basically for who I'll trade. And yeah, definitely George Hewitt, because he's out. I mean, unless some other injury happens to one of my premiums, who then they're going to go as well, instead of probably the rookie Owens or Cully. And yeah, Callum Dawson, as I said, played pretty well for his debut game. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. Should be excited to go into this week. Hopefully, top 1% last week, top 36% for the round this week. Hopefully, we can trend back up towards what we did last week and have a good one. But yeah, that's pretty much the video, and thanks for watching.